Fedrick Banjay Dacres, welcome to Pro Talk. Thanks for giving up your time today.
It's my pleasure, sir.
It's you're the man of the moment now. You've had come off 2 great results in the Diamond League, world leading throw this year. It's been a pretty good season.
Yeah, I can't complain so far because I guess the work was there, and I packed on a few pounds. I got stronger, so I guess these are the fruits of my labor.
Okay, and you had a good winter. This was the goal was to increase your body weight a little bit, increase your strength?
Actually, yes, that was it, because I realized that during my younger stage, when I was thinner, I had to depend on a lot on if my technique was off ordinarily, I would not have a good day with that. When I packed on the weight and got a bit bigger and the strength came along with that, I just got better and better, and I'm just thankful for that.
So you talk about packing on the weight, you're probably about what, 117 kilos or something?
Yeah, 117, around that weight, I'm trying.
So certainly not the biggest?
Not the biggest, but I think I'm efficient at this point, so yeah.
The technique, I mean, we're here at the Diamond League in Stockholm, and your series was just incredible, winning with 68, but also 3 others over 67 meters. You've got to be happy with that consistency.
Yeah, of course. I'm even more happy about the consistency more than the end mark. So I felt really good in the competition, because the thing is, I go after like when my rhythm is on, I can get some big throws. So I started out shaky, but I got a safe throw. Then my rhythm started to pick up. So when my rhythm picked up, my body felt good. So I started reacting, and 67, and at one point 67 felt like a bad throw. So I was a bit confused, because I was wondering if they were marking right, but it just shows the type of shape I'm in. So.
Well, you had a great start to the season with a couple of big 68-meter competitions back in Australia, back in Jamaica. But it's better to come over here to Europe and show the guys what you can do, right?
Yeah, of course. But I'm not really too hung up on starting well. It's more about finishing well for me, because I've started well a few years well. So it's not really about starting well. It's about finishing strong, and this is a very I think I'm maybe in season or closer to the end, and I'm still going strong. Having a few 68-meter throws. So I'm just really thankful and just hoping to progress well.
And let's go back a little while in your history, because you had a great junior and youth career, world youth champion, world junior champion. How did you actually get into throwing in the first place? It's not a natural thing for Jamaicans to get into.
Not at all. My throwing career started with my brother, actually. So in high school, I wasn't really athletically inclined. So I was more about the books, all about studying, like nothing much, going home, reading books, watching Dragon Ball Z, and coming back to school and stuff like that. So my brother was a star though. He trained, and he won medals, and he made national teams, and and all that for him. But at one point he was being delinquent, and he started to stray a bit, started to peer pressure and all that. So he wasn't training, and my coach said, okay, cool, let me go and speak to this young lad, because he needs to pick up and start training again. So while we were home, my coach came down to where I live, and he spoke to my mom. My mom told him that that my brother had a brother, which was me, that actually goes to the same school, and I think I was in 10th grade at the time. So yeah, and he came down and he spoke to me and said, okay, come out and try something. Don't just go through your high school life, just being a normal average Joe, stuff like that. So he said, okay, come out and try out and do something. Try the sprints. Yeah. So I went, and the thing is that it's a thing when you're just really fast than everyone else. You don't want to show up, show up anyone. So I said, okay, cool, just to give the other guys a break, I'm going to start the throws. I kidding, but I never really liked the sprints, and I just started throwing. I went to my coach and said, sir, I would really, like to try the throws. And I was like, you're a bit, in Jamaican, maga means, thin.
Yeah.
So, I said, yes, sir, but, I can try. I said, okay, cool, come try out. And then it just started happening, and I've never looked back since.
Yeah, I remember watching you as a youth, and when you first came to the international, because you won the World Youths, and there was this tall, skinny kid still at that time, who were really flexible and very fast. So it was a kind of a new way of throwing, and a lot of promise shown at that time. So that was your first big breakthrough.
Yes, of course. It was like when I was younger. I wasn't the biggest. So I had to, capitalize on anything I had. So, like footwork, I had to be really coordinated to, hit the technique right, and be very flexible to, to get all that I can out of my body. So, I think with a base like that, when I started putting on the size, the distances started to come easier, and I grew and just got better.
Yeah. Let's also go back to the throwing scene in Jamaica has grown very much in the last sort of 6 or 7 years, and a lot of it comes from the high school. I know you and your coach, Julian Robinson, from Calabar, has had a great success, and there's a couple of other coaches in little pockets in different schools there, Michael Vassell and these guys. So tell us a little bit about that and the rivalry that goes on between the high schools as well.
In high school, there are rivalries, with all schools, but you have, you have a main rival, which is Calabar is KC. So KC means Kingston College, Calabar is come on, Calabar. Yeah. And I'm actually a Calabar old boy. So at the time I was at Calabar, and and at the time I think Calabar was leading the throws, but KC was taking their time, and catching up. So when you enter like arena like that, where like from the get-go it's so competitive, like even when you don't know what to do, you're not supposed to let the purple and whites beat you, because we're green and blacks, they're purple and whites. You can't let the purple and whites beat you. So going into that, like I actually got a very, like I was so. Like when I started throwing, like I thought I was doing so well, and I had the senior guys now I was throwing, I was throwing okay for the younger guy. So when the first meet started, I heard about a big name guy, which was Fedrick Dacres, because I heard about Fedrick. So I know Fedrick, and so I'm ready for Fedrick any day, So first meet, I was expecting to see Fedrick, I never saw him. The second meet, it was like that's when the big guns came out. I think it was a JC trap meet. I was spinning, I was throwing like 38. So I was like, yeah, 38. And I saw Fedrick come. We were the same age and everything, and I said, Fedrick, stand throw 45. I was like, oh my god, oh no. Like I said, okay, you know what? Oh my god, like yeah, like. Fedrick stand through 45. My friend Big 12, he was a Calabar. He did the full turn and threw at 47. And another guy, his name is Javan Shaw. He was from Monroe. Monroe wasn't really like in the competitive arena in terms of like rivalries and stuff, but they were there. And he threw 46, and I was like way down with I think 38. I think I came like 5th or 6th with 38. I was like, oh wow, like this is not this is I never signed up for this. This is above my pay grade. So when I told my coach, like I don't sorry, these guys are doing monstrous things. So he laughed at me and said, come on, we'll build. And we just continued to build until I passed, and went on.
And also there's this, you have the high school championships, champs, which is unlike anything else around the world. There's so much. 40,000 people turn up to watch this high school championship. Yeah,
like I've been to a few meets in my lifetime, and I swear I've never felt how I felt at champs, because like when your school is vying for, it would be like NCAs, I think, for you guys, you know, like when your school is vying for the, you know, the championship cup and all that, and you know you have to perform, so you know your school needs the points, and when you're one of the guys, you know, they're banking on, you know, you can't afford to mess up. And like when you step out in the stadium and the people know your name and like they chant your name, the green and blacks chanting your name, and you know, like the vibe is just alive in the stadium, and like when you throw, like they call your name and doing the clap, and you know, we have that, you know, at the you know, the major stage, but there's more of a personal connection to like a champs or, you know.
But I think it's been a great, when I look at the emergence of the Jamaican Throwers, but I think it's the same in all Jamaican athletes, that the competitiveness is inbuilt, it's inbred because of this environment that you grow up in high school. There's so much pressure that you guys all come to compete. You're ready to compete at every meet.
Of course. And the thing is that because Jamaica is so small, everyone knows everyone knows what everyone is doing. So every week you have like good competition, someone is doing better, and you know that you'll have to pick up. So at no point do you think that, you know, I'm okay at this point, because you know you'll always have someone that is better, and if you're ahead, you try to stay ahead, because you know. And the thing is that in high school, you guys will mouth it like if you do bad this week, you guys will mouth it that, oh my God, you know somebody, you know, bust off your head, bust off your head, you know, beat you, you know, bust off your head, you know, you're not ready, you know, like that. So strangely, I was a victim of that, and you know, I became a bully of that. So you know, that's my way of encouraging the guys the way that I learned, because you know I learned it the hard way, and you know, dugouts, and I think that's the best way to learn. You know, when you have to depend on yourself, not being encouraged by anyone. You know, being strong and you dig your way out. It just makes you better for the future. So I do that, but not everyone can take the pressure. So I have to back off a few times, but.
And you said also your education was also very important for you. You chose to go to the University of West Indies. You must have had lots of offers to go to America as well. But.
Yes, of course. You know, I had the offers and everything. You know, even from I was like, I think my first year of training, I got offers, you know, to come abroad. But I don't know. You know, everyone was encouraging, you know, go abroad, you know, because the throws are, you know, great abroad, and you know, all that. And I had no doubt, but the thing is that I didn't mind staying close to home, because they were offering me like a scholarship. The University of Western, they offered me a scholarship, and you know, they had what I wanted to do. So I just, you know, keep my foot on the ground, you know, stay closer to home, and you know.
Are you still able to work with Julian, your coach?
Yeah.
So how far away is he from?
He's not far at all, because he's actually a coach from the university now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he actually is the coach for the university, and you know, it's nice when you have a personal relationship with the coach, so you feel like you should dig for him, you know, not just for yourself. You know, you should dig for him, and you know, make sure that he's always good and stuff like that. So I stayed closer to home, you know, I stick to my coach, and I'm doing well so far, you know, not doing bad at all.
Julian always comes across as kind of a scary character, in his looks anyway.
Yeah.
He's there in his hoodie and his beard, and you know, I'm not going to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy.
Yeah, of course. The things that you have to get past is, you know, exterior appearances, but he's really a nice guy, like the calmest guy you can ever find in this world. The only thing I've ever seen him get, you know, like riled up about would be like is definitely your education, your grades, like definitely your grades, and like if he feels like he can do more, but you're holding back, and you know, some other like stuff was like, you know, with politics and stuff, like, as we follow politics, and you know, we talk, because you know, come on, we're university students, we're supposed to be able to, you know, have like a very good conversation, like a conversation worth it, you know. So yeah, there's that, and like very calm. Like I've only seen him, you know, get angry like I don't know, about 10 times in my lifetime, and I've known this man for like 8 years. So, yeah.
But as a coach, what I like about him, he's just very good on the fundamentals. He really he trusts in the fundamental principles.
Yeah, he does.
What he teaches people.
Yeah, he does, because he's
get caught up in the fancy stuff.
That's all. Like he's always like, anytime we have questions, and that's the thing. I like the relationship we have, because like we can talk. Like it's not like do this and and this is what I say you're supposed to, so this one. If he says, okay, this exercise is going to be added to the program, he explains to you what it will do, like how it will benefit the throwers, stuff like that. So if you say, okay, sir, I'm not too comfortable with this, he said, okay, cool. Tell me what you're not comfortable with, and if I believe that it can be changed, I'll change it. But if I think that it's for your general improvement, I probably won't change it, like he explains to you. So like if a couple weeks ago I had a problem with this might be strange, but I had a problem with push-ups. And being strong, recently I've been over 400 pounds, and 400 pounds, that's like 205, yeah, 180 kilos. I expected push-ups should be easy, but the thing that when I do push-ups, like I think my shoulder like feels like it's ripping out. So I went to say, and I thought, sorry, I'm not feeling the push-ups. This is the way it is. You know what? Give me another week of it, and if it's still urging you, we'll try something. I gave him a week at my shoulders were very unstable. I had problems with bench, and he asked me if I wanted to stop. I said, yes, sir, I want to stop. So, I don't believe you should stop. Like he's trying to convince me to continue to do push-up, but it was hurting me too much. Like I'm normally a soldier, I don't complain. So when I complain, it's a genuine cause. So Banjay, try. Alright, you know what? Try to do it every other day, because I don't want you to miss out on the benefits of push-ups. Try to do it every other day. I tried that, it never worked. I said, okay, cool. If it's not working, it's not working. So he understood that it was hurting me, and it was actually not beneficial to me, because he understands that not everyone is wired the same. So what I can level of pain I can take, others might not level up, vice versa. So he's very understanding, very chill person.
But I think also the success of the Jamaican Throwers, and particularly from the high school and college throwers, has been kind of without the benefit of great facilities. You make do with what you've got, but you do a good job with what you've got.
But I think obviously we won't have come on, the states the states is the states. So we won't have the facilities like the universities in the states, but what we have are the basics. Like if we need a bar, and once we get a good bar, all is out of the world. We've been lacking good bars, so we just make do with what we have, and I think it makes it tougher, because it's harder to work with. So I guess it helps you in ways that you can't really explain, because normally in the States, when the bar spins in Jamaica, you'll have to hold that bar, and I guess it that's restraining. It strengthens your wrist, and that's building you. I'm just trying to find a good, but it's not all that, but it's when the facilities have gotten way more better than in previous years. So we're just working at this point.
And how are you able to combine your studies and your competing? What's your normal training schedule, and get to see your coach?
Yeah, what we do, unlike the States, I don't think we have limited time. So like for us, like we schedule all our classes, like we try to cram all our classes like from in the early hours, like from 7 o'clock to because you choose your schedule. So we try to cram all our classes from 7 to like maybe even 2, and just rest the day and start training at 6. So when we start training at 6, we go straight up until like 10, 11, in the evening. So Plus we have lights and we can just train. So we try to do that. But yeah, the balancing is really rough. Like the balancing is really rough. Until one point, you know, we started calling ourselves because, you know, we're averaging like, you know, like not really low grades, but you know, average grades in school and stuff like that. You know, we fail a few and we pass a few. So, until, you know, we started calling ourselves like athlete students. Instead of student athletes, yeah, it was like calling ourselves athlete students. You know, like, yeah, and whatever. So until this year, like, I think this year we did really well, like in terms of grades and stuff like that. We did really well, you know. And I say, you know what? I feel like a student athlete, you know. I think that we're putting down this track and everything. You know, I'm bright now, but but it's hard to balance, but you know, you'll have to find it eventually because it has to be done.
Yeah, that's good. And then also, you have to take trips. You coming here on competitions. Is school finished for you now this year?
So far, yeah. So you know, I'm free at this point. You know, I can focus more on, you know, getting bigger and, you know, building on what I have, and you know, hopefully it'll get way more, it'll get way better, and I just, you know, try to get it out there.
You've taken trips to the US usually in April, May, and just do a couple of competitions, get in quickly and try and get some good competition, then go home again. So tough to find time to travel.
Yeah, it is, but you know, you'll have to make time. And the thing that the university is very understanding, because they know that, you know, they're trying to, we're trying to work in coordination with them, and you know, we're trying to go around their, you know, parameters. So what we do, where there's time freed up or where there's, you know, free space, we try to capitalize on that time. So unless there is a major meet, we can speak to the university and say, okay, this meet is necessary for the, you know, it might be able to get our qualifications and stuff like that, because the competition is there, plus it's a good field and stuff like that. So, and the university is very understanding when I say they try to, they actually try to facilitate us. So, okay, they say, you know, give us a time schedule, we'll talk to our lecturers and, you know, get them to try to, you know, give some leeway for you to, and you understand that it's, you know, university business. So there's that. So yeah, I think we're, you know, getting better.
The Jamaican Throws has been growing over recent years. You've got, you know, obviously good results from yourself and some of the other discus throws, but now we've seen recently the NCAA championships. You had some of the girls come through winning the shot and discus titles there, and got some other young talent on the scene. Tell us a little about some of the other athletes that are out there and coming through. Yeah,
we have quite a few. Like I think we're showing real promise, like this year especially, because we have, like, in the NCAAs we'll have like Tarasu, we'll have Tarasu Barnett, we'll have Daniel Dodd, we'll have Kelly Anib, we'll have Shade Lawrence. Those are like the discus and shot put throwers that we have as females. We'll have the males. We'll have Emmanuel Onya. He threw 60 points the other day. Fedrick Dacres, you know, he's, you know, getting better in the shot put. Yeah, shot put and this. So the guys are stepping up in Jamaica. We have, of course, we have, you know, Basil Bingham. We have Travis Michaels, and we have myself. We have Roger Stoner, like he's one. He's a young junior that threw 66 and threw 55 with the 2 kg. As females, no, you have a lot of guys. We have Kevin Fedrick, like he's like he can do anything, like in terms of throws, like javelin. I think he threw well in the javelin, throwing well in the shot, and threw well in the discus, like. And we have like the other young guys, like quite a few. In the female department we have Monique Harris, so Monique threw 58.9, Aishi Gabbins threw 57.9. I have a young girl, she's not like she's just in Jamaica. She goes there, I think she threw 54. Right. Yeah, so the talent is there. And the young bucks coming through behind you, keep you on your toes. Right? Of course. You know, the things that in our group there's this rivalry. like there's just a constant rivalry between me and oh yeah, what up, Chad? Yeah, Chad is getting better. You know, he's been having a rough season. Chad is getting way better. Oh yeah, also have Jason. So it's quite a a big game. We're improving.
Guys over 65 meters in the running.
So a very interesting. Getting better, and in our group, like in the group that I'm like, that's you, Mr. Julian's group, Mr. Robinson's group. We have this rivalry thing where I tell Vinny that I'm gonna give her 10 meters, like I'm gonna give her 10 meters, and I tell Travis like we don't really compete in distances, but we'll compete in bench press. So, Travis was the stronger of us when we were growing up. And Travis said, if I can, if anything, I can beat him in anything except the bench press until I took over. And, I renamed the bench press, Smichaels. Yeah.
Having a group of people that you train together, that's so motivational.
Yeah, of course. But that's how we do it. I think with competition like that in the group, it always keeps us on our toes because I know Travis doesn't want me to beat him. And we even have we have a young guy, Warren Barrett. In Chapel, Warren Barrett will have Kyle Mitchell. Will have they're quite a good, and they're within the group. So we have this thing we say who's king of what and who's the squire and stuff like that. And at this point I'm leading and I rub it in their faces so they're motivated to beat me, but the king shall not be the king bench press will not be dethroned so easy. So it keeps it fun, it keeps it very light. So we idle and we work, but we don't really realize that we're working hard, but because we're having fun. So I think that's a part of our, that's why we develop so well, because we don't think of training as training, we just think of training as idle time with the guys. So
that's good. And what about yourself now that you had great success as a junior, winning World Youth and World Junior Championships? Then you came into the senior ranks. You also had some good showings. World Championships led to qualifying, didn't do so well in the final. That was a different experience for you. And the Olympics last year was also perhaps a little rough for you. What was your thinking? It's a great experience, but it's your expectations I know are high.
Of course. The thing is that when you're young, you come in with a certain mindset that you'll progress. Even though your coach will speak to you and say, okay, progression is not linear. It won't just continue. There will be periods where you're not doing as well as you should. So coming to the senior ranks, I did well. I did well in my first year, in my freshman year, as you guys will call it. I threw 66.7 in my freshman year, but I had to cut that season short because I had to do surgery on my knee. So it was that I was afraid that I wouldn't get back, and in the year after that I threw 66 again, and showed that I was coming back. I think that was the year of the World Championships in 2015. So leading up to that, I was feeling good. My knee was getting better, everything. I led the qualifying going into, and then insomnia happened, and extreme insomnia at that point happened, and I always had the problem, but in that case it was very extreme because I think it was 3 days without any sleep. So I was not as I wasn't as sharp as I was supposed to be, and I came 7th in the finals. I was thankful that I made the final, my first World Champs, and I made the final. So I was thankful. And the next year we had Olympics. So Olympics, getting better after 68 that year. 68, feeling confident and everything. Went down in the season, I think I had an injury, and I think I had hurt my hamstring, and I think my knee started acting up, and that set me back a bit, and we had to rebuild from that. So there was that, and then went to the Olympics.
Now you've had the chance, you've been on the circuit, a couple of meets that you've done really well in.
Yeah.
It's got to give you confidence now. You're out there against the best guys.
Yeah, so with the same Olympic year, I just think when I burst my finger, that I think that, you know, like I felt, you know, I felt demotivated that, you know, and the things that I wasn't performing as well as I would have thought, because, you know, I flew 68 early, and so coming down the season I'm throwing like 63, 64, so I'm not supposed to be there. So like, you know, I felt demotivated, and then this year now, with the finger thing, with the finger thing in the Olympics, you know, threw me off, like threw me off. But instead of showing weakness, I actually just, you know, just went in the gym and, you know, I started packing my weight, and this year has been, you know, I think I've learned from my mistakes, and, you know, I've gotten confidence, and you know, competing with the guys, like, come on, like, these are the guys that, you know, reign over 30, and, you know, being able to compete, you know, and actually win against these guys, you know, it builds a lot of confidence. So at this point I'm very confident, like, I'm not nervous in competition anymore, because I realize that either way, like, I cannot control what he is doing or whatever. I just have to, you know, come good on the day. So I'm just really trying to get it out there, and, you know.
And this year has also been, it's kind of a new guard. The young guys are coming through, the young lions are coming through. So with yourself and Daniel and Gutierrez, you know, there's some good young talent out there.
Yeah, of course. The guys are, you know, really throwing it out there, and, you know, I know that the big men, like the older guys, I don't think they're gonna just roll over and let the young guys take over. So I am expecting, like, because I see the King, he fought back, even though he was having a bad day, he fought back with 66-20. Come on, that shows class. And you know, Matowski, he's been feeling a bit of pain, and, you know, but he's fighting back. I have no doubt that these guys will, you know, be very ready for, like.
I spoke with Robert Harting yesterday, and he said if the conditions are good, he thinks he's going to struggle against you and Daniel. He's coming back from an injury. It's been tough coming back, but he's still a little bit limited. But he's giving you big respect.
It's nice, you know, to have the respect of the, you know, the big guys, come on, the king of discus. So you know, it's you know, it's very comforting to know that, you know, you're a bit respected and all that, you know. So you know, it builds your confidence. So as I said, the things that for me, it's more about, like, for me, it's more about my mind than my body. Because once my mind feels good, you know, and I feel like I'm ready to compete, my body normally follows suit. So, like, if I'm confident, I'll give you a good showing, like, no doubt, even when I'm under pain. Because even in the competition yesterday, I was feeling pain in my knee, but my mind was saying, okay, you know, this is the best competition you can ever find. So just go there and give my all. So
Who have been the people that have influenced you in your thinking, and who are the people you respect in terms of discus throwing and you followed in the past?
I think, of course, Robert Harting, you know, Malatowski, like, these guys make it easier for you to understand things, because the textbook will say whatever, but they show you how it looks. Like, they show you how it looks. Harting shows you how to fight back. Like, he shows that, you know, even when you're down, you can still dig it out. Same with Malatowski. But I think this might be strange, but I think the person that actually shaped my personality in terms of competition in general is my brother. He was a horrible person. He was so mean, like, he was like so mean, and I think my family in general, they were just so, like, it's not like a soft family where they say, oh my God, you know, like, they're not that, oh my God, come for a hug or anything like that. No, they're get up and walk, like, get up and walk. Usually they walk or you get left behind, like. So, like, I had to be mentally tough, and if we can't show weakness in the family, or, you know, we'll be laughed at and stuff like that. So I think that mentally affected me, because I say, okay, you know, in this world, you know, I have to be strong, or you'll, you know, basically get left behind. So, you know, we're still a loving family, you know, when necessary. We're not, like, really the outgoing loving family, but, you know, like, we'll always be there for each other and everything, but just not the typical way that you'd expect that a family would be. So, yeah, like, I remember when I was younger, when I was very slim, I was running to my mother, and, like, she said, stop, slow down, you know, mind you take off. My ears were my ears, you know, my ears were quite big, you know, like she said me don't run too fast because, you know, I'll start flying and stuff like that, call me Dumbo and like. But like, I didn't let that affect me. I just thought, you know, I was just a very strong joke. Yes. Exactly. So, like with people like that around me, like throughout my life, I've learned to be strong and learned to, you know, get up when you get knocked down, you get up back and just fight on.
So let's look forwards now. We've got London on the horizon. It's less than 50 days away, the discus. So what's your plans from now on? How are you going to prepare for that?
I think I'm just here. I'm just going to listen. Like and I've been doing it all season. So anything King Julian says, I'll just follow because it's been working so far. So I have no problem following.
So you're going back home to Jamaica and spend some time there.
And you know, try to build on my strength that I have and you know, just get better.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing you in London. You've certainly made your mark on the circuit this year, and the guys are all looking out for you. So the young line is coming, we know that, and we can hear him roar. So good luck in London, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Randy.